You are listening to Power Stance Gamers Podcast, the best place for quality tabletop banter. With your hosts, Jacob, Greg, and Muddy.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this episode of Power Stance Gamers. I am your host, Jacob Connor. It's a pleasure to be here tonight. With me, as always, I have to my left, Mr. David Muddyman. Otherwise known as the Australian Ben Affleck, except he's fit enough to play Batman.
Bam!
Unlike the actual Ben Affleck.
I
Now,
like the Flash more though. It's 50-50 actually.
I'm making
put Superman in there, so maybe 30.
any jokes about you and
30,
flashing
and
right now.
I'll put
That's
10
too easy.
I'll put 10 on the Punisher because he's street style Batman. I like
Right.
Punisher. So it's a bit of
Actually,
Marvel
no,
for you.
I'll pay the Punisher.
Bit of Marvel for
Not
you.
just because he's Marvel, but because he's decent. Sorry, let's get round to the other side of the room. We have
Yes.
Greg. How you doing, Greg?
Yeah, not
Greg,
too
also known as
bad.
the Irish Liam Neeson.
Ooh, how you doing, ladies?
Got it.
Yeah, that's
Got
it. He'll,
I just want to quickly butt in and just
he'll
say,
find you.
Brewmaster Jacob here. That's
He's got him.
apple ginger beer is exceptional.
It's
a lot
pretty good,
of-
isn't it?
All I can smell is ginger beer, which
And
I
I'd be lying
can't
if
handle.
I'd be saying
But Gregster nearly
it's
fell
hit
off
me
a chair.
hard.
Yep.
He just nearly fell off a chair.
Do you know what?
It's
JT
quality.
was drinking the other night. He's like, it needs rum in it.
What?
Dude's hardcore. He's just
How
hardcore.
alcohol do you want in it?
Far
He
out.
said something about a punch, and I said, yeah, that's rum leads to punching.
Just-
So
why don't you just
makes
drink
sense.
Metho then?
Little chat
get
to
on
you.
with it.
Bloody
Honestly,
mess.
that's not
Yeah.
far off Metho. It's pretty.
Oh,
pretty
good. Oh, I'll just drink my vodkas over here.
All right. So tonight is a special episode.
Yeah, tonight we're talking about Melankin.
Drum roll. No, we're going to discuss zombies.
Oh, I was really
All
looking
things
forward to
zombies.
Melankin. You sent me the wrong notes. I could have sworn we were about talking about Melankin.
Again, apologies to our listeners born.
You know what? They're
Before
probably are zombies right
1980.
now. They'd be that old, wouldn't they?
I don't know.
That was the 80s. What's
Yeah,
it
I
now?
don't know. We'll check that.
It'd be 30 years.
We'll Google
They're
it.
probably like 30 back then. Yeah, they probably are zombies.
Right.
My favorite model is a Melankin zombie model.
Just check the obituary, see if it's still in production or not.
Oh, dude.
And to celebrate our special zombie themed episodes, we're going to do a little zombie themed whip around. Tonight we're going to talk about what is your favorite zombie miniature, and we'll start with Greg.
Oh, favorite zombie miniature, man, that is dead easy for me because Warlord Games do the little zombie dudes. Remember, don't they? Little plastic kits where you get like the.
Are you talking about the ones where you can mix the
multi-
German bolt action?
No,
bits with
like the
zombie?
multi part where they got different arms you can and different heads. but
Yeah.
it's like one body.
And they do like a male box and a female box.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Oh, from
Man.
Project Z.
It's
Yeah,
the
now,
ones we're talking about?
yeah.
yeah, it's cost effective, simple to put together.
Well, used to be.
Oh, is it not anymore? I
Used
got
to be.
mine
Well,
free.
when they released Project Z, because they brought out those multi-part boxes, like, and same with the Spec Ops soldiers as well.
Yeah.
And used to get 3 sets of sprues. So you'd make,
Yeah, you
30
got
zombies. Now they just
ton of
come in
them.
a box of 10.
Oh, really?
Yeah, for
Oh,
the
see,
same
my
price.
My box was like 30
You
or
got the
so.
original.
Yeah.
And I was giving it, so I was like, oh, sweet.
That was all. That was all War Games Factory though.
War
Oh,
Games
yeah,
Factory back in the
What did I
day.
say? I said Warlord.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
they-
Warlord, isn't it?
Warlord bought them out.
Yeah, they
yeah.
bought them out. So all their stuff, Warlord's essentially trying to find stuff to do with it all, and so they created Project Z, which looks cool. They're actually, now that you've said that, I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. They've actually got some pretty good, like almost mutant sort of style zombie models.
Yeah,
the,
right.
like the big guys that are sort of
Yeah,
yeah,
for that game, yeah.
which looks pretty cool.
I've actually got the
I didn't
rules
even
sitting
think
at
of that.
home that I've never read. Just
I
They
sitting
had-
there.
idea.
they had
I
a
had no idea about it.
free PDF or something you could just download to
Yeah.
get a feel for it. I sent it to you. I think you
Yeah, I got it
you
ages
do.
ago, but I've also
Yeah.
got a hardback copy of the rules.
Yeah.
Or a print copy.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I've got rule books all
Yeah.
over the place.
Yeah, see, I don't want to read the rules.
So-
I'll wait for you to read it and then I'll play it.
The reason why I love those minis is because I give them to my kids, and
Yeah.
they were that easy. And I'll tell you why in a minute. But they basically made them, and I was just like, that's awesome. Takes a load off what I have to do. They can make them and then just splash some paint on them. Job done, and they're wicked.
They're zombies.
Yeah, exactly
You can't
right.
really muck it up
Do
too much.
exactly
It's hard to
what
fuck
they're
up a
supposed
zombie,
to do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they always look. They
And
always end up looking good, don't
up-
they?
Up until
Zombies.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how bodgy a painter you are. it
Yeah,
just looks
unless you put too much
good.
gore on them. I think that's the downside.
Yeah,
Too
if
much
you
gore
gore
on
it
your
up too
zombies.
much.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yes, that's my favorite mini. Love them. I think it
Great.
Alright,
Is
so
it-
you can I just point out that's
You
my
chicken
favourite
shitted and-
mini.
Yes,
Yeah.
it
You went
is.
for a miniature line.
No,
Yeah.
that's a favorite mini. There's
I'm
like
calling,
30 of
I'm
them.
calling shenanigans on you
Get
again.
stuffed.
Here's
All right,
the-
if I want to be specific, there's one head in that sprue. and
One head.
Yeah, there's actually one head I absolutely love.
Is that the
because-
head you use for defers?
yeah.
Yeah.
It's my first ever proper conversion, and I had to file it down. So I used a zombie head for an Infinity Mini, and I had to file it down and cut it up and green stuff it,
Yep.
and it looks
Looked top.
like defers.
Defers, it's actually a very sweet conversion.
I love
We'll chuck a photo up on the socials if everyone
Yep.
wants to have a look at it.
Yep.
Let's go across to Fit Batman.
Just one, right? Just one mini.
One
okay?
zombie.
Okay, alright, I can do that.
Yeah, right.
Yep. No, I'm gonna do it. Back before, I don't think they sell them anymore. I'm pretty sure they don't sell them because I would have bought one by now. Mantic, there, I said it. They've got some interesting minis sometimes, but their zombie line is actually really good. They used to have like a regular miniature, but it was larger scale. You'd buy one of them. They were like a. I don't
What
know,
size are you talking? What sort
I'm
of larger
assuming
scale?
it was like almost like an ogre size.
Okay, so like that'd be 1 in
40
48 is 28 mil. So you're talking about double that? No, sorry, half that. 1 to 24 scale.
It's not like a 3-up production model. You know they sculpt them at 3 times the size. And
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's 3 times the scale.
3 times the size.
Oh,
Yeah.
there you go. So 3 times the scale. That's like a giant now, right?
Look, I don't know. I'm
We
just saying.
Oh, well, anyway, that's what these were. They had like one sculpt
1 in 12.
of it. It must have been maybe the first zombie that they were coming out with, and they'd done these test models, and they were selling them, and they were essentially looked like either ogre sized or giant size of one of the regular zombies that you could buy at 28 mil. I'd say that was one of my favourites. I used to look at them all the time, but at that point I didn't have any reason for it. But as something for like a unit filler in a mass block of zombies, can you imagine like a legion of zombies and like one big giant one walking in amongst it?
And a piece of
It would look
Mantic
a
history
million.
as well.
Yeah, it would look $1 million. So I'd actually say that's my favourite zombie model, just because it was, well, it's very
Big.
rare. One, it's rare because you can't actually get it anymore. If Mantic ever does them again, let me know, and I'll be buying a few of those. But two, like it just a giant zombie, like come on. You don't get them every day, right?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's my favourite. Anyway,
Jacob?
bring it
Nice. So I'm probably throwing back to Hero Quest again.
on.
What?
The little single piece Hero Quest zombies, and they had like
Didn't they
the
have-
big pole arm
Yeah.
cleaver like thing, and it was
Trying
just
to remember.
It was like Frankenstein.
yeah, a
Like
little bit. They looked
Frankenstein.
yeah.
They look like
Yeah.
farm.
No.
Sort of, no.
Like Frankenstein. It had a big cleaver. It held like a big...
Yeah.
Like, it was a big meat cleaver that
Oh
whole...
right.
Yeah.
I can't remember it.
I'll Google it for you.
I remember
Yeah,
the
good old
mummies.
Google.
I remember
Again,
the
we'll
mummies.
chuck pictures of all these up on
Power
social
Stance
media so you
Gamers
can
proudly brought to you by Google.
have a look at that. But no, it's for me again, it's just one of the first minis I ever had.
Yep.
And I always loved the feel of it, and like the shambling feet and the pose and the tight shoulders and this giant cleaver. So I always thought, yeah, that was good. I do want to put an honourable mention out to a more recent sculpt.
Oh, here we go. Cheating.
Oh, yeah.
cheating.
Okay, this is
It's
honorable
from
mention.
Mantic, so
Oh, really?
is that okay?
Oh, yeah, baby. Bring it.
You're gonna allow one
Yeah, I'll let it in.
in the Walking Dead
Oh, see, yeah.
core box from
Yeah.
Mantic, the Walking Dead game.
Which
There's
one?
a zombie with dreadlocks.
Yes, he was really easy to paint.
Yeah,
Oh, Greg's just showing me the photo now.
That's the Hero
yeah,
Quest
I
zombie.
totally remember that now.
yeah, that's the one.
Totally.
Yep.
Yep. Yes. Yes.
So
I'm with ya.
dreadlocks zombie.
Look, I'm gonna just quickly go over to.
Uh-oh.
Is it alright if I quickly take these off, Jacob, before he
Yeah.
yells at me?
Yep.
I'm gonna go have a look at the painted models because I've got one in there as well. I'd like to give honourable mention to.
Okay. So yeah, so that's probably mine too. And again, I just thought it was pretty characterful. It wasn't just your usual run-of-the-mill zombie. It was I painted him up with a Bob Marley shirt on. So I don't know, it just seemed to fit. Dreadlocks, Bob Marley. I don't know. So yeah, I mean that's probably mine. You found it yet?
Coming.
I hope not.
Just going through them now, and I've got to say, I think how do you describe this guy? Like the punk guy is pretty cool, but I think the fella that's got his literally his whole guts hanging out, and he's almost got his arm in it. I think I've got to say I really like that one.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, he's got receding hair, and it's like his hands in his guts. It's pretty gored up. Yeah.
Again, we'll chuck photos of all these up on social media just so you can
I liked it that much.
You mean
I
Muddy
painted it
can?
twice.
Money
can
can,
throw
yeah,
photographs
social media
up.
manager.
Yeah.
Oh, please, yeah. I'll put that in the mail, guys.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because you got heaps of time on your hands.
Yeah. Just I'll put it in a letter and put it through the straight post.
Yeah. Just remember, tweets are 45-cent stamps. Okay. So you're all good.
Tweets? What the hell's that?
What's a tweet? Holy sh!
We don't have that in Australia.
Tweets.
We
That's
got kangaroos to drop off the mail.
all right. So that's
Kangaroos.
zombie kangaroos. Everything's zombie today.
That's right.
We what we're gonna do is for our main segment today is just have a chat about a couple of our favorite zombie games, and we are well aware that zombies have been done to death lately. Correct, gentlemen. That's
Yeah, so
everyone's
I think it's flavour of the month.
and
I
the
would say.
dog's doing.
Flavour of
And it
the
has been for a while.
Years.
But like listen to media at the moment. Like everyone's mentioned the zombie apocalypse. It's mentioned almost in every topical
because
show,
Nostradamus,
TV show.
Yeah.
Nostradamus was talking about end of the world. See, it's coming.
I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, there's a drug
What's
soon
zombie.
enough sometimes.
We're doing this podcast, remember?
Yeah, that's it.
There is that drug zombie that's out at the moment. If you want to try, if you want to really get it on.
Oh, that
I'm not getting
flacker.
into it. Flacker, yeah.
Oh,
God,
if anyone out there's done flacker.
why? Why?
Yeah.
Watch YouTube, kids. You don't want to touch this stuff.
Yeah, but no, with there are some people that think that the zombie apoc is actually coming, so
Yep.
we are going to prepare by playing some games. I think is how we're going to do it. I'm going to kick it off.
Actually,
Oh,
just on.
sorry,
Just hang
go
on a second. Now, what's World War Z? Listen, listeners out there, please read the book.
Oh,
The book is
Yes.
amazing.
Not the movie.
is not. Well, it has
The movie's
parts.
okay.
It has
I liked
parts
it.
Of the
Yeah,
movie
yeah.
in there, but it's very just.
The
Right
reason
there,
why the book gives you ridiculously good zombie apocalypse advice, as
Yeah.
in how to survive and how to kill the suckers. Brilliant. And it's done in such an informative way. It's brilliant.
I'll do a shout out to Audible because I did mine.
Oh, have
through
you-
Audible.
you-
yeah,
yeah,
I
yeah.
did the audio version, so I was just at
That's so
work.
cleverly done.
Listen,
I thought it was
Audible
such
gonna
a
send us
clever
money
book.
for that?
Hey,
Audible going to send us money for that?
oh, probably no, God no.
Be nice.
But it was that was a really good book.
I thought it was such a clever
And
book.
then I watched the movie.
Yeah, and then you just go, what? It's
What
different.
the-
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yep.
yeah, I can see parts of it's from the book, but
Not really.
you haven't really touched it.
Yeah. Like how to
Yeah.
survive.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about movies that just deviate from the books? It's kind of the same. Is Will Smith, where is the last one?
Oh, yeah, Legend, no.
I'm Legend.
I'm Legend.
The
that's it.
book, brilliant, so good.
I've never read the book. I
No,
actually don't.
it's
I don't
so
like Will Smith.
good.
What?
I do not like Will Smith. Fresh Prince of Bel Air. You can. Suck
Are you
mine.
joking, man?
Yeah, no,
It
I've
is
never
like
liked him.
best
I
ever.
have to give him points for that movie. 'cause
Yeah, it's
I
good.
actually
No.
really like that.
Yeah,
movie.
the
No,
movie's awesome.
no. If you've read the book, the movie
Man,
just
see, because
destroys
I can't-
the source material.
Does it?
Yep.
I don't know because
Man,
I'm only going.
when his
purely
dog
off
dies, you're like, oh, I teared up.
that. Yeah, and Howie had
Like
to
you're
kill
like,
it too.
come on, this is dog.
He had to kill it too.
Yeah.
You don't need to kill a dog to get an emotional response from your audience. I'm sorry.
It's like never-ending story. Atreyu.
I can't
No,
watch
don't.
that.
That's
That's too
horse.
Don't
freaky.
do it.
What's
Too
the horse?
freaky.
Nah, it's
Is
too-
it no, Atreyu
It's a
is his
unicorn,
name,
wasn't
isn't
it?
No.
Wasn't it?
No, he's horse.
Yeah,
He goes into the swamp.
and it dies in the swamp.
Yeah. No.
No.
Can't watch it.
Oh, Atreyu's the
It's too
dude,
creepy.
right?
Yeah, look, I'm still paying my therapist to deal with that stuff. So,
Oh.
4-year-old kids
I'm
shouldn't be
gonna
made to sit
Google
through that.
later.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
I saw
Do
that
you
at the
reckon?
movies. I saw that at the movies. At the
Never-ending
movies.
story.
Yes.
Get what?
At
Yeah.
the movies. Teared up. Teared up when that horse went in the swamp, mate.
We were watching with the kids a couple of Christmases ago, and they were like, "What the fuck? Why are you watching this? This is just the worst."
Oh,
like they just
what?
they hated it. They absolutely hated it.
All right, I think what
I
we'll
never
do
played
is
that.
we might save the movie reviews for another
Yeah,
episode.
We sort of digressed a
To
bit
get
from
back
zombies,
into
didn't we?
zombies.
Yeah, yeah.
And as I was trying to, I was going to kick it off. Sorry, that was a bit passive aggressive, wasn't it?
What a fashion.
Blame the alcohol.
Teacher.
What I
Teacher for
was
ya.
saying is I want to start with
Teach our
one of my
kids.
favorite board games, and that's
I want to start. Well,
Yeah, there you
when
go.
ask us where we want
We'll
to
just
start.
leave you to it then,
Yeah.
shall we?
you
We'll just
guys
pack up and go
always
home.
start. I want to go first.
All right,
once,
yeah,
okay?
go. All right, because that
You always
makes
leave
it
me to finish up with the sloppy stuff. All right,
He likes sloppy thirds.
just let me drive the train for once. Now, Dead of Winter board game.
Awesome. Loved it.
Yep, it's brilliant. It's just your usual zombie survival game. the thing I love about it is that the zombies are a constant threat, but the real threat are the other players. Because there's a chance that there's betrayal in there. And I know that kind of takes the emphasis off of zombies, but the way it works is you each get an agenda at the start of the game. And there's a chance it might be a betrayal agenda where you win by betraying the group. But there's also a chance that no one in the group's betraying. And you can vote to exile people from the camp and all that sort of stuff. It plays up to 5 players, and the more players you have, the better it gets, obviously. But I just think it's fantastic. It's very themey. It's set in the freezing winter. You got to go out and find supplies, secure your base against the zombies. You've played it.
Yeah,
Greg.
what I like about it is the fact that it's a survival game as well as you got the constant threat of zombies. So, like, for example, you've got to empty rubbish.
Yep.
And for your player turn, so rather than do an action of say, get a weapon or kill zombies or draw cards, which could get you equipment, you've got to bloody empty friggin' rubbish.
Someone has
which
to take
is
the trash
just
out, yeah.
shit, because you're like, well, if you don't empty rubbish, it promotes viruses, it promotes ill health, so your characters get hurt essentially. So you have to empty the
So
bloody
it increases the chances of you getting
dying,
injured, and
losing.
dying.
Yeah.
Exactly
Okay,
right.
right.
So some poor sucker at some point has to go, you know what, this turn, yep, I'll bite the bullet and I'll empty rubbish. But it's a double-edged sword, because in the game I played, I was the one that was going to backstab everyone. I was the traitor. I had the traitor card, keeping it secret, so I was emptying the rubbish. And I was like, I was being the nice guy. I was like,
Yeah.
and everyone's like, oh yeah, he's a nice guy. He's a poor sucker, the poor douche that's emptying the rubbish. But nah, I was quietly biding my time before I was gonna
So how does
stab
it?
people
Are
in
you
the back.
like living in a house, or
It's like a
camp.
camp, and you get each player gets a certain number of survivors. They're like camp members.
So it's essentially day-to-day activities within this camp.
Yeah, it's just scavenging.
So how
and
do
that
you
sort of stuff.
betray them? Like you just not
Well,
go
unbeknownst to
sleep
me,
on picket or
I
something?
could have. You basically you draw equipment, so you can get a gun, and then
Yep.
you can just literally unload and kill all your buddies,
Yeah.
the people around the board. So you'll are teammates,
Oh,
or you can
right.
stab them.
So you,
Um,
your mission might be get one supplier token, one medicine token, one weapon token, and have the main mission fail, because there's a main mission everyone's working towards. So if you're a betrayer, you might get stock up for when you're going to bail. Essentially, is your mission,
Yeah.
or it might be kill so many other people, or that sort of stuff. So
Oh, right.
And look,
So-
you don't have to actually get weapons to kill them. You might do it subvertly, which is not killing zombies that turn, which means the zombie threat's going to grow, and the zombies will actually kill your opponent, and people will look at that and go, well, I can't, that's fair enough, because rather than kill zombies, he's actually looking after his own self, which I want to do anyway. So it's not really bad what you're doing,
Yeah.
but you're not being a team player, but you're not being a real bad guy either. So
Yep.
you do it in a
Skirting the line.
yeah. You do it
Okay.
roundabout way, so it's very clever, the game mechanics.
Mhm.
It's a good game.
So there's
Like it.
two other things I want to mention about before we move on. Is that it's a Crossroads game, and Crossroads games are going to be a series of games. It's the first one to come out from Plaid Hat. That's the developers. And these Crossroads games all use the same mechanic, which is like a narrative card that gets drawn every turn. That it sort of explains the events of what's happening that turn, that day, affecting the people. So it adds a real narrative slant to what's happening on the board. So you might get one where it's like a helicopter crashes overhead. In the distance, you can go out and risk getting bitten to grab supplies, that sort of stuff. And they're only little things, but they can really have an
Very
effect on
clever.
the game. And they can be linked to characters. So you might have, say, if you've got the doctor in your group, that the narrative card might come out saying that you think you isolated a strain of the virus, something, and you can risk something personally to help the group, or not, kind of thing. So it can sort of really bring that narrative element into the game. And the other thing I love is the characters. In the core box, there's 32 different characters that you draw randomly, and they've got a whole range of things from doctors, cops, firefighters, the typical stuff, down to things like my favorite one is a mall Santa. Okay, so there's a guy who's an alcoholic mall
it's
Santa,
cool. It's
and
wicked.
each of the
You
characters
to
have
be
a special
alcoholic
ability.
too, didn't you, right?
You can just
That's
picture
just-
it.
that's-
All stand
Sounds
Santa.
very cinematic. I'll give
He's
you that.
and his special, all the characters have a special ability. And his special ability is when he dies, everyone in the camp gets happier.
What a great Santa.
Yeah,
He brings cheer. by
It's so
dying.
good.
he's just
yeah.
bringing everyone down.
What
But
is
there's
he
also
doing? Is he just walking around with his bell, ringing it,
Yeah.
and drinking?
Pretty much, he's useless. But his whole job is to die and increase camp morale. There's a stunt dog, like a famous movie stunt dog,
Maybe.
that you can somehow give him a sniper rifle and he can pick off zombies. It gets pretty random, but no, it's good. And I definitely rate it. So that is Dead of Winter by Played Hat Games. And they've recently, I think the last 6 months, brought out an expansion for that, which I haven't got, but
Oh, okay.
I think I'll be looking at getting. So that's my first one off my list. Mr. Muddy.
Mr. Muddies. I'm gonna go Walking Dead.
Boom.
It's got to be said.
So
Nice.
The Walking Dead from
What else is there?
Mantic.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, Zombicide?
People out there.
We'll get to Zombie
I
Side.
know Zombicide. I'd say yours is Zombicide.
No.
Oh,
Yeah.
I actually thought yours would be Zombicide. I'm going Walking Dead. I'm not as familiar with the comic books. I know Jacob is. I'm the TV show guy, so I'm assuming there's a bit of differences. Well, it seems to be
Lots
like
of
they're
difference.
converging lots of parts of the story and
Lots of
changing
differences.
characters.
Yeah.
It's a little different, but I think Mantic has done a fantastic job
Big shout out to Mantic.
for this game. It's $1 million. When we play, it is so much fun.
They've got a good
it's fun.
balance.
It is very fun.
Got a good balance.
You know, you're trying to kill each other, and then thousands of zombies just pop up from nowhere. And there's tactics in where you place the zombies at times, because you can't just sit at the back of the board just popping away with your
Turret
your
Andrea.
weapon. Yeah, your turret Andrea and whatnot, because you get that card. You know where I'm putting those zombies.
Yeah,
Back
yeah.
edge, eat, chomp, chomp, chomp. So I really, and the board looks like, guys, you got to put some decent terrain on this. It looks
But that's the
awesome.
thing. You and I have put a heck of a lot of effort into our Walking
but
Dead boards.
even with this game, like, we've come at it from different perspectives on the type of terrain we want on the board to create that cinematic thing. I've got some suburban houses happening. I'm going for more of a rural, a few houses, the big windmill and the water tower thing and all that sort of stuff. The white picket fences. That,
Those bloody tents.
yeah,
Trying to source those tents.
Jacob's got
How long did it take you to get those
tents
tents?
and the garages and all that with the parked cars everywhere, all that sort of
Yeah,
stuff.
so I'm
very-
going for the more Atlanta campsite.
yeah,
Where
and
you're more
but
the
out-
later Alexandria stuff.
Yeah, and I've got to it's so much fun playing with painted stuff, and it's a perfect gateway game because technically you can just plonk on your grey stuff and run around, treat it like a board game.
Yep.
Everything's in the box.
That's just
Board-
ready to go out of the box, which is
ready
brilliant.
to go, and then you buy your boosters, whatever after that. But you can treat it like a proper tabletop game by putting that brush on those minis. And look, half the box is zombies. They're so much fun to paint, and you can't go wrong, right? You're picking blue pants. Oh, this one can have a white shirt, and let me guess, some dead flesh and some blood and some dirt, right? It's no mucking
not hard,
around.
eh?
It's so quick to pump out. And the board, you put on a couple of trees, a couple of cars that you've sourced here and there. You've got some trucks that you've sourced from a toy shop,
Yeah.
Jacob. It looks amazing. You almost want to stop the game.
And I was surprised when
Look
we
at the
played that multiplayer game that the three of us played. The tactics I thought the mechanics and the tactics were spot on.
Yep.
I thought it was so.
Us three and Chad, wasn't
That was a charge.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was four of us. I thought it was.
We won, didn't we?
Oh, of course we
Yeah,
did. Of
smashed
course we
It
did.
that
man.
game came down. to
Last dice roll.
it?
the
The last dice roll.
Yeah.
Dice roll.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, was there any doubt? Was there any doubt
How
whatsoever?
good is that?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, that to me is a good game.
I just
Yeah,
thought
it's
the
very
You
close.
can't fault them. with
Very,
that
very
one.
close.
similar to Dead of Winter, and it's probably a similar theme across all the games we'll talk about, is the fact that the zombies are a constant threat. They're not. You got to be mindful of them, but they're not the be and end all of the game itself.
Yeah, I should explain here too that the Walking Dead Mantic one it's two opponents, two teams, two gangs, whatever you want to call it,
Two gangs, yeah.
with the zombies in the middle.
Yep.
So that once again the zombies are reacting to what the gangs are essentially doing, and there's tactics to be played to make the zombies perhaps go in a direction that might chomp on the other guys.
So
team's
from memory, I think if you're doing an action like shooting, for example, that you attract the
guys.
zombies.
Creating noise,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
you can run behind maybe one of your opponents, take a shot, make the noise, and make a whole herd of zombies basically essentially walk into
Yeah.
the other player.
Yeah, so I'm going to give a bit of a backhanded compliment to
Yeah.
Mantic here, because, I mean, for listeners, you might not know, but these guys certainly do. I think that they take things from other games that kind of work. or is missing, or there's a bit of a niche there, and they go for that. They're kind of lacking in a little bit of innovation. But to me, I think the rules mechanics that they came up with for Walking Dead, while they borrow from a couple of other sources, mainly Zombicide,
100%.
I think translating Zombicide from a board game into a tabletop game is what's kind of happened here. But they've brought enough freshness to it, and they've made it its own thing that, even though I can see a lot of similarities between mechanics, I think that they've done a really good job in creating a really good game. And that's probably the nicest thing I'll ever say about Mantic.
So the backhanded comment essentially is, while they lack innovation, they're very good at taking the genres that have already essentially been done and improving upon them.
Yeah, finding a niche.
Yeah.
And or something that's lacking.
I don't know about their. Look, I only play the fantasy game.
Yeah.
So, but I found that refreshing, the simplicity to it.
Yeah.
I'll just jump in. I also think, and you look at Dead of Winter, you look at Zombicide, and what I'll come on to in a second. You can't. I don't think
What
you can
is
have.
this other game?
But I don't think you can have zombies. Like, how else do you do it? Like, I know you're saying Mantic might have taken other genres and made them better, but I'm sort of struggling to think, because you do want them in the background. You don't want zombies dominating the
Being
game.
the whole game.
Yeah, you don't, because it'd be boring as, man.
Well, I mean,
You know?
Zombicide zombies dominate the whole game.
They do, but I guess that's Zombicide's.
That's the
it's
Zombicide thing,
a
yeah.
board game, isn't it? That's
Yeah.
what it's all about.
But
Whereas
that's what I
this is
said.
this is gang related. This is all. It's, the
Yeah.
whole
But
thing is
that's
Walking Dead all out war.
I think that's what Jacob's saying.
They've taken the
is-
elements like,
Yeah.
you know, pulling weapons out and the noise mechanics and things like that
Yeah,
draw
yeah,
zombies
yeah.
to you, which are good and they work and it works well. Yeah, but again, my big gripe with Mantic is give us something innovative. Let's see
Jacob
something new.
wants a whole new, untested system.
Yeah.
Where they literally
IP.
start.
Yeah.
Where they literally start from beginning to end instead of jumping on something that's kind of already there.
Established.
But as I think as far as the Walking Dead and Kings of War, I think they've improved what was already there in rules design. I'm not talking storyline, and
Yeah.
because I think they seriously lack that. But taking that, and I haven't played their Warpath and all that sort of stuff, and I've never played
Dreadball.
Dreadball, so I can't speak to those. But the two that I play, they're fantastic games.
Yeah.
I can't fault them. And
I liked it. I enjoyed it.
If they've borrowed and stolen or whatever they've done from other systems, essentially, well, so
Yeah.
did Rome. And it was like,
Yeah.
the best.
Yeah, nice to
biggest-
draw on an
the
ancient
biggest empire
civilization that
ever-
dominated the planet.
Well, yeah, like they essentially took.
I
other
think isn't that
people's systems
Mantic's mantra?
Yeah, we will dominate the planet.
Yeah.
Oh, isn't that every gaming company's mantra? I'm
Yeah,
assuming?
True.
Look,
Yeah.
And again,
in this capitalist
I'm
society.
trying not to be really harsh on Mantic because I think
No,
they've created something really good. So listeners, believe me when I say Walking Dead miniature game is great. Go out and buy it.
Yeah.
Give Mantic your dollars because it's worth it. It's totally worth it. But I think if we're
can
gonna,
I just quickly jump in because he doesn't. I'm the man. I guess I'm the Mantic guy.
I'd say you're
of
the Mantic
three
guy
of
of the
us,
group,
more
yeah.
Okay. He's actually got more stuff than I've got. So when he says go out and buy it, he's actually bought more of it than I have, and he's not even the Mantic guy. So
Yeah.
he means it.
Yeah, I just think if we want to be taken seriously as a big company, as a name in wargaming, then
Create.
you got to create,
Yeah.
not just adapt.
Yeah,
We'll see
100%.
what
I
comes
agree
of
with
But
that.
again,
So
hit us up on the socials. Tell me how fucking wrong I am.
Yep.
I'm waiting for it.
Ronnie Renton can ring you up.
Yep.
Bitch slap you.
Ronnie, let's get Ronnie on
shut
the show.
shut us down.
Let's tweet him.
Shut us down.
Muddy, you're the social media manager. You can
Oh,
yeah,
tweet
get onto
Ronnie.
it. In fact, aren't we supposed to send in the rules for the Kings of War multiplayer game?
Oh, we created-
yes. Kings of Treachery.
That's
Kings of
anyway.
Treachery.
Anyway, we'll talk more about that in another episode.
Yeah.
Okay. This is zombie episode.
Yeah. All right.
Yep.
All right. So we've had Dead of Winter and we've had Mantic's Walking Dead.
Walking Dead.
Mr. Greg.
Yeah. All right. So mine's a bit left field, eh? So
Oh, here we go.
It's
Yep.
unusual.
played.
Has it got zombies in it?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
That's
Alright.
a good start.
Bloody hell. So, Walking Dead I've played Dead of Winter and I've played Zombicide, and I think it's cool because guess what? Get to play with yourself.
Right. The smile on your face is way too
Yep.
big for all of that.
Yeah, I still haven't done it though.
Okay.
I can't bring myself around to be that sad to sit there and play by myself.
He's got
Okay.
big wrists.
No, my game isn't a game. That's why it's a bit left field.
Ah.
It's a game's rules mechanic that Jacob invented, and this is going back to 2015.
Right.
Whenever I started playing Infinity, and Jacob ran a campaign called 2015, which, guess what, is 2015.
Mhm.
And I can't remember, was it
Port of the
Paradiso?
Dead. Yeah.
Was it we played on?
Yeah.
We set the scene on.
Yep.
And okay, so the crux of it is it's a game based around Infinity, but Jacob and we had 5 different players from
Yeah,
memory. We
yeah.
had Mike Hurl, we had
JT.
JT, and Chad.
Yep.
And Brad.
Brad for a while. Yeah.
Brad, but then Brad dropped out and Chad took his place. So that was our playing group. It was a campaign. Okay, so we had only just all started playing Infinity, and we needed something to, get our juices flowing, so to speak. So Jacob rather cleverly came up with this this island that had become infected with the disease, and the inhabitants, the civilians, became zombies. And as our various armies, we were trying to control parts of the island, and we got attributes. We got, if you just like Warhammer, the campaign version, what's it called? The hex tile.
Blood in the Badlands.
No, the hex version.
Oh, Mighty Empires.
Mighty Empires. Yeah, just like Mighty Empires. As your zone got stronger, you got more attributes and you got better things for your army. But that was sort of by and by. When you played a game, you played whatever mission you wanted.
So it was normal Infinity rules.
Yeah, normal Infinity, but it could be YAMS or it could be ITS
Yeah.
or whatever.
Whatever you wanted, yeah.
But Jacob also encouraged us to come up with our own missions. So we'd all think about what missions we want to play and how we would evolve the story. So we'd always after each game, we'd always post up like what happened and what mission we played and what slant we took on the virus that was spreading amongst the population and
Yep.
how we're controlling it and all this sort of stuff. And everyone had different agendas and all sorts of stuff. But the mechanic that Jacob came up with was you rolled a d20 before the game, and that was how many zombies were on the board at the start of the game, and you divided by 2. So if you rolled up 10, I'd get 5 to place, and my opponent would get 5 to place, and the zombies would just react similar to Walking Dead.
They react to the noise.
React to anything
Or
that
if you're
came
running or
came
something like
line
that.
of, it worked on line of sight.
Because ARO, Infinity's got the ARO mechanic
Automatic
already built
reaction
into
order.
it. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, well,
So any zombie had line of sight to a dude meant that the zombie would walk towards the dude. So the zombies, again, going back to the whole the points I made before, they were not the main threat. They were a constant. So in other words, if you tried to achieve a mission, there might be a whole swag of zombies in front of you, which means you're going to go, well, do I run through them and hope that they don't bite me, or do I waste actions and ping them in the head and then run through them? And then during the whole campaign, we had like boosted zombies, so we had zombies on steroids, basically. That
Yep,
that
they were
would
fun.
be quicker, faster, and react. Reacts much
Yeah.
faster to the normal zombies. My favorite mission was ones we played where we had manholes. So what we did was we placed I can't remember, maybe 6 manholes anywhere you wanted. So I got 3, Jacob got 3. We placed these manholes in wherever we wanted, and then every turn we rolled, and a certain number of zombies would
Come
jump
out
out
of
of
the
the manhole.
manholes,
yeah,
yeah.
It was awesome. It was wicked.
We played that on 6x4 board too.
Yeah.
And we started at either of the small end, short ends. We had to get to an objective in the center.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we had to walk through
All
the zombies. Yeah.
zombie-infested area.
And then the last game we played, we took it one stage further where we had zombies, and then I got from Puppets War the police force miniatures, which looked sick, and we had them, and they did the same as zombies, except they reacted, but they shot you. So the zombies would run towards you, bite you, but these special forces guys just stood static, but would shoot you instead.
So were they infected then?
No, they were just there as a police force
Oh,
in
right,
inverted
yeah,
commas.
cool.
And then we played a get to the chopper.
Get to the chopper.
Yeah, get to the chopper. We played one of those missions too.
Yeah.
It was such a fun campaign. It was, but the point being that we played with the zombie mechanic, worked a treat, and you could play with any skirmish game. You could play with Black Ops. You could play with 40k. 100%.
It's a pretty simple.
It's a simple
mechanic to
rule
just
mechanic.
throw into
Yeah, that's
pretty much
it.
Any of those sort
Yeah,
of
It
games,
was
really, isn't it?
brilliant, so well done, and you could take it as far as your imagination, would go.
Yeah.
It was cool. Loved it.
Well, there you go. I didn't. Well,
Didn't see it
I
coming,
didn't
eh?
know.
Left field.
There you go.
Boom.
Yep.
Damn, I could have thought of his zombie side.
Zombie side.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Honourable mention goes out to zombie side.
I think it should, because we all
Because-
love zombie side.
Yeah, everyone likes it. It just
It's a clever
It's
game.
just
We've
not
played it,
quite
and we
on
loved
the-
it.
Hasn't quite made the top. Well, our top 3. I suppose.
Yeah, yeah. I think Dead of Winter beats out Zombicide for me, but
Yeah.
just.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
But Dead of Winter, do you have like game pieces and?
They use standees.
Okay.
Cardboard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like
The miniatures.
The tactile.
So that's one bias.
Yeah, my boys
Yeah.
are dying to paint Zombicide. Not gonna happen.
See,
Not
they
gonna
got all
happen.
that Black Plague and all that out now too.
Yeah. Black
Yeah,
Plague is good.
I reckon Black Plague would be pretty cool.
It is, yeah.
But it's just
You
it's
don't?
like,
No?
there's Walking Dead. So
Yeah, true.
Yeah, that's it. I think it
Is it because
depends.
Zombicide's too much of a board game? It's that transition between board game and war game. Like it's
I think-
a fine
I
line,
think
isn't
so.
it?
Like, there's no terrain. You are literally just playing on the board.
But it's
board.
clever how they do the tiles though, because it's
so
multi.
good. It's so
Yeah.
clever. Don't
Yeah.
get me. I loved it when we played, but then Walking Dead came out, and it was like, oh, I can put all this cool terrain on now.
Hmm.
It
I
was
think
over then.
Zombicide's a good one to have in your locker. And I don't know, I've got a whole stack of board games because
Yeah, yep.
we'll have people over and we're like, hey, you want to play a game kind of thing, and it's nice to just be able to pull out
Yeah,
something
you
like
can't pull
Zombicide.
out, like
You can't.
Space Marines
No.
or something.
No, go. You're such a nerd.
What is this?
Run out of your
Yeah.
house.
And that's the beauty thing about Zombicide is it's easy to pick up and
Yeah.
anyone can play it. Like, yeah, that's what I like about it. But I just think it's kind of the audience. They're like, we're all tabletop gamers from way back, so Walking Dead probably floats our boat a little better.
Scratches
Yeah.
the itch a bit more. Is
Yeah.
there any other
The
zombie
accessibility
games?
and there's heaps,
Well, there's,
man.
like
there?
we just saying, the Project Z.
Project Z, yeah. We touched on that, but any others we haven't touched
that
on?
actually plays it.
As I said, I've got the rules sitting there, but just haven't done much with it.
What
Yeah.
about zombies in King's War or Ninth Age? Is there a zombie army?
Yeah, there's the undead.
Just asking. Asking.
Yeah, there's the undead.
But can you play a full zombie though? Like nothing else?
I guess, yeah. Well, I know you could for kings. You don't have to. I don't know if you have to actually have a.
It's just hordes and hordes.
Yeah.
No, what's the oh, from a horde?
Legions.
Legion? That's it.
It's like
So what's that?
60?
60?
Yeah, I think it's 15 by 4.
Would that be gamey though if you rocked up with like
No,
500 miniatures?
that would look amazing.
You reckon? You would be
Yeah.
unbeatable? Would it be
Just put-
unbeatable? Because we could never get
They don't-
flanks
They
or.
like
Yeah.
5s. I think they need like 5s or something just to hit. They get
yeah,
a
but
lot of
if
attacks.
can you imagine like a 6-foot board, right? It's a
Yeah.
6-foot length of zombies. So basically, unit after unit after unit
You'd
after
need
unit. You'd never get
so
flanks or rears.
Yeah, you probably aren't. Yeah, but the nerve. I don't know what the nerve would probably be.
I thought you were going to say the
I've got the
nerd.
rules in
Nerd.
front of me. No, the nerve. So they'd be hard. They would have a
It'd be
high
low.
nerve.
No,
but
they'd be
you'd-
low.
you'd
Oh
be-
no, Legion would be high.
Yeah, no, but they'd have a high nerve.
Just look at the iPad.
Oh, it's right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But just
Let's
to-
look at stats in our podcast.
Oh,
Man,
please
I want to know. I just want to know what to break the
Well,
suckers.
you-
Break a legion of zombies. 60 zombies.
That's alright.
You go chat about something, and I'll
What other zombie
I'll pull up
games?
the nerve.
What other zombie
I
games?
wonder. I don't think Ninth Age would allow from the building mechanics because you'd have to have a lord, you'd have to have a general, and I wouldn't imagine you'd have a zombie general.
Nah, I don't
But
know.
let's just say you had a necromancer. Just
Oh
put a
yeah.
necromancer
Okay. Yep.
and he's just running 1,000 zombies. Like that would look pretty awesome. But
Well, I remember back. Let's
I
go
wonder
back
if it would
fantasy
be the
days.
game.
And I remember reading an article where there was a dude who had not. Okay, so he had an ogre army, but the ogre little green dudes that went with him. Do you remember what they were called? So they weren't they're like the ogre menials.
Yes,
Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
All right. So and this dude, I remember reading in a game magazine. He
No,
paid
but I
us
saw
like
that.
5,000, maybe not 5,000.
I saw
but
that.
it was like, and he
He
rocked
just had
up
him on
to
a tray.
yeah,
And he
but
used to just put the tray down and
he
just.
rocked up to a tournament and like won it or did really well
Yeah, but he didn't.
because he killed stuff with sharp. Remember they used to throw stuff to kill sharp stuff or something like that.
Yeah.
Do you remember it?
And it hits on sixes.
Yeah, yeah. But he was like throwing like 20 dice or 30, whatever it was back in the day. What are they called? Come on,
If I could take these off,
you can't.
the
Look
ogre
at your hyper. You're looking at the nerve
Noblars.
of the zombies.
They're called
Noblars.
Noblars.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
While we're looking up stats,
I can't believe I'm doing this.
can I an honourable mention to a game again? I own the rulebook, but I've never played it. And I've wanted to is the End of the World RPG. That
That would be very interesting.
Basically, you start sitting at the table, and it's Greg, Muddy, and Jake around the table, and we each give each other stats, and then a zombie knocks in the door, and
Far
you
out.
start your RPG then and there at the table.
That would give me nightmares.
Yeah, and so I know that some of our crew have played it, and I've heard good
Really?
stories about it. Yeah,
Who's played it?
I mean, I'm pretty certain Mike and Chad, and some of those
Oh,
lads
yeah.
have done so. I'm really keen to. I
That
just
would
love
be
the idea that
full on.
the game starts then and there, and then
Yeah.
you're like, right, how do we survive then and there? And I can imagine it'd be even better like at a convention or something if like a horde of zombies tears into the
Listeners,
convention.
Top tip: Zombie, the World War Z book. I just get that in my back pocket and just quickly scan through that and just go, oh yeah, this is what I need. Job done. Go out to the garage, get some tools. That's me. Okay, don't know what the rest is doing, but I'm sorted.
I got the stats.
All
Oh
right.
yeah, Nerve. What's the Nerve of Legion?
Your
Yeah.
Legion, 60 models. Alright, so I was hitting on 5s.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Defense, 3.
That's crap.
But then nerve.
What's a nerve?
Oh, what up? Attacks?
Yeah.
What do you reckon?
I reckon I don't know, not that many maybe.
How many guess?
Oh no, a Legion.
It's a
Okay, a
Legion.
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 So 30.
40.
Oh okay. Fuck, that's pretty good.
I'll trust you.
Nerve. So they're unbreakable,
Yeah,
obviously.
yeah.
But 28.
Bloody hell, that's a lot, isn't it? How many points?
190.
That's cheap.
Yeah, so you're going to have
I'm thinking of a zombie.
lot
I'm
of
thinking that
zombies.
could be my Kings of War army.
Yeah.
Do
If
you
I
know how
could
many
be
zombies
asked-
you're
If you
gonna
could be
have to
asked painting that
No,
many
you know,
zombies.
dip. It'd be the dip thing, wouldn't it? You'd spray it
Oh,
and then
yeah.
just army painter
You'd
it.
be getting army
it.
painter spray.
Boys, come here. I need you for a
Neck-
second. I need you
yeah.
for a day.
Flesh, spray, dip.
Surely for on 457 visas, I could get a couple of, Chinese.
Well,
can I say that?
just hurry up before these changes happen.
God.
Um.
That would look pretty impressive, though.
All right. I think that's a pretty comprehensive wrap of zombie games we enjoy.
All right. So, all right. Just before we wrapping up, about to wrap up.
About to wrap up.
Okay. All right. So,
Ooh,
okay.
microphone
You
checker.
can't not have a zombie like a zombie, cast, and not talk about the Walking Dead series.
Yeah.
So, all right. So, the baseball bat scene. All right. Controversial.
You are so
Yeah.
upset about this, aren't you?
Well, no. Well, I was like, ooh, full on. Like that's pretty full on.
Again, I knew it was coming.
Yeah. Well, of course you did because you read the comics.
I read the
but
comics.
I'm just saying, like from a like. All right. So thoughts, like cool or
I
not
was
cool?
fine with
Yeah?
it. It
Yeah.
just-
Again,
it's a
it didn't
post-
probably because I knew it was coming, but it didn't phase me.
Not the eyeball sticking out like one.
Nah.
The eyeball sticking out didn't.
No.
Honestly, if you read those comics,
Look,
there are way
I just want to
worse
say,
things.
I'm being on the record. I'm not
Way worse
upset by it,
things.
but I'm like, wow, that was like, whew, full on.
I didn't think they were going to do 2.
Yeah, I knew after the first one went.
Oh, the whole time when we were having discussions.
Yeah,
at
trying
the
to work
end
out
of the
who.
season,
Yeah, yeah.
Who's it going to be? And I know you were like, oh, it's, Glenn, I'm like, no.
Spoiler
It's a
alert.
TV show.
Yeah, we should have said that. Spoiler
Can't
alert.
kill
Yeah.
one Asian guy.
Yeah.
They're gonna pick someone else, right? I'm
Yeah.
like going through it, and you're like, no, that can't. She's pregnant. You can't do. Oh, he's too young. You can't do that.
Yeah,
So
yeah. You
I
go through them
thought-
all. Yeah,
I
cycle.
thought it was going to be what's his name? The old matey, the real smart guy.
Yeah, nerdhead.
What's his name? One makes the bullets.
Yeah, and I don't
Yeah.
know. Yeah, the
Yeah,
one.
we know what-
all right,
talking
the guy with
It's
the
too late.
haircut.
Yeah, yeah,
The
Yeah.
guy with the hair. Right. I thought it would be him because in the episode before, it was almost like he'd done a big send off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It
true.
was
Yeah.
just almost like he'd made
Become
his
the hero.
peace with Abraham,
Mm.
right? And then obviously that wasn't the way
No.
it worked.
How good is the series though? I know you've read the comics, but like seriously.
Yeah. What do you
it's
think of
cool.
Mantic's diorama?
Yes.
The diorama of that scene.
Of that Negan scene.
I'm actually thinking of buying it because I reckon
Oh.
they'll make good hostages for
Oh, look that you heard it here, Mantic
I think-
lover,
no, I think-
fanboy.
the
Whoop.
kneeling miniatures would
Whoop,
make
whoop,
good
whoop.
hostage miniatures for modern games,
Oh right.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. For Black Ops.
for Black Ops or something like that.
Sick.
That's the only reason I buy it. I've
Yeah.
already got Negan. He's a fucking beast in the game. He's so good.
Have you used him yet?
Yeah, a couple times. Remember I smashed Michonne? Was that against you?
No, you didn't smash Michonne. You
I'm
smashed
barely
Michonne.
certain I smashed Michonne.
Well, your
I
dice
think, I think that was
behaved. Your dice
The only, you
worked.
did too, because I think that was the
Yeah.
only model you had left.
Yeah, Negan was the only one. And he'd been bitten, and he was
He
on
was
like 2
fighting
pips of
Michonne
health.
and Abraham.
Abraham
Yeah,
at the same
and
time.
it was going tit for tat.
Yep.
Yep. He was taking both of them on. And then I was getting the zombies to come over and help.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
What any final
school teacher
thoughts
on us.
about? I'll give you detention, mate.
He hit us with his stick.
Yeah, pass. Because it's so little.
Hey, let's see, 50-minute cut joke, censorship, socialists,
It'd be like the last 10 minutes would be bleep 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 bleep.
make podcast great again.
Oh.
No, in all seriousness, back on topic. Any closing final thoughts about zombie games
By
or
Walking Dead. Done.
By Walking Dead?
Yeah, good.
You
Yeah.
can't. You're not going to toss any money away with that one.
If you're allowed to say that, I'm allowed to say go and buy Dead of Winter.
Yep.
Yeah, and
Play that.
Jake, if you get time, stick up the rules you did for campaign 2015,
Okay, yeah.
and let other Infinity players sample it because it was
Fairly
sick.
certainly
And
do that.
40 cares for that matter. Any skirmish game.
Any skirmish game
Yeah,
can
yeah.
probably use it by
Yep.
sounds of it.
Yeah, just, I mean, rules are there as guides as far as I'm concerned. You know, if you want to create a game, if you want to theme it, if you want to do anything like, don't be afraid to. And get people on board.
We
Again,
should play Blood Bowl and double one at Zombie
comes on the board.
Wouldn't that piss you off? You're about to win the game and some zombie.
There'd be so many
That's
zombies
terrible.
on
You
my
would
half of the board. It's not funny. Alright, gents, we'll leave it there. Thank you very much. Make sure, listeners, to follow us on our social media, Twitter, Facebook. We've got a YouTube channel. You can subscribe to our feed on iTunes and, of course, Podbean. And we've got the Podbean app as well. You can find us there. No excuses not to listen to us. Thank you very much. And, gentlemen, good night.
Good night.
Alright.
Thank you for listening to Power Stance Gamers, the #1 place for tabletop banter. You know you love us. See you soon.
It's Eternal and Mix, well on the track once again, killing it, T-Dot to Munch, VR connection, funk resurrection, ha, yeah.